Love Beyond Boundaries, Kim Taehyung's bold confession. Chapter 1. The Hidden Heart. Seoul's lights gleamed like stars as Kim Taehyung looked out over the city from his high-rise apartment. The weight of the world seemed to press down on him, even as the bustling city below buzzed with energy. In the glittering world of K-pop, Taehyung was a shining star, adored by millions. But despite his fame, there was a secret he had hidden deep within his heart, a secret that had been gnawing at him for years. As a member of BTS, Taehyung had always been under the public eye. Every gesture, every smile, every word he spoke was analyzed, dissected, and discussed by fans and the media alike. The pressure to maintain a flawless image was immense, and for a long time Taehyung had played along. He was the charming, enigmatic V, whose mysterious aura only made him more alluring. But that allure came at a cost. Beneath the carefully crafted persona lay a man who had been hiding a part of himself from the world. Taehyung had always been different, even as a child. He remembered his first crush, a boy in his neighborhood who had shown him kindness when others had not. Later, in his teenage years, he had fallen for a girl who had shared his love for music and art. These feelings had confused him at first. Society had always told him that love should be between a man and a woman, but his heart told him otherwise. He had tried to push these feelings away, to fit into the mold that was expected of him, but they always came back, stronger and more insistent. As BTS's popularity grew, so did the pressure to conform. The K-pop industry was notorious for its rigid expectations, especially when it came to the personal lives of idols. Relationships were discouraged, and any hint of scandal could ruin a career. Taehyung had seen it happen to others, and he was determined not to let it happen to him. But as the years went by, the burden of hiding his true self became too much to bear. Chapter 2. The Inner Conflict. Taehyung often found solace in his music. His studio was his sanctuary, a place where he could pour out his emotions without fear of judgment. On this particular evening, he found himself sitting at the piano, fingers hovering over the keys as he thought about the secret he had kept hidden for so long. "Love has never been about gender for me," he whispered to himself, the words sounding foreign yet comforting. "I've fallen for people, beautiful souls who have touched my heart in ways words can't describe." He began to play, the music flowing from his fingertips like a river of emotion. The notes were soft, melancholic, reflecting the turmoil within him. As he played, memories of his past loves flooded his mind, the boy who had made him laugh with his silly jokes, the girl who had understood him in ways no one else had. These were the people who had shaped him, who had taught him what love truly meant. But how could he ever explain this to his fans? They saw him as an idol, a perfect image of masculinity and charm. How would they react if they knew the truth? Would they still love him, or would they turn away in disgust? The thought of losing his fans' love was terrifying, but the thought of continuing to hide who he was even more so. Taehyung had always prided himself on being honest and genuine with his fans. They deserved to know the real him, not the carefully crafted persona that the industry had created. Chapter 3. The Decision. The next day, Taehyung met with a close friend, someone he trusted more than anyone else in the world. It was Jimin, his fellow BTS member and confidant. The two had always shared a special bond, one that went beyond friendship. Jimin had been there for Taehyung through thick and thin, and Taehyung knew that if there was anyone he could confide in, it was him. Jimin Taehyung began hesitantly as they sat together in a quiet cafe, away from prying eyes. "There's something I've been meaning to tell you. Something I've kept hidden for a long time." Jimin looked at him with concern. "You know you can tell me anything, Taehyung. I'm here for you." Taking a deep breath, Taehyung began to speak. "I've always struggled with my feelings, about who I'm attracted to. I don't see love as something confined to gender. I've loved men, and I've loved women. But I've always been afraid to admit it, afraid of what people would think." Jimin listened intently, his expression softening with understanding. "Taehyung, you don't have to hide who you are. You deserve to be loved for who you truly are, not for who others expect you to be." The words were like a balm to Taehyung's soul. He had always known that Jimin would support him, but hearing it out loud made all the difference. "I'm thinking of telling the world," Taehyung confessed. "I want to be honest with our fans. They deserve to know the real me." Jimin nodded, a small smile playing on his lips. "Whatever you decide, I'll be by your side. We're family, and nothing will change that." Chapter 4. The Confession. That night, Taehyung returned to his studio, his heart racing with a mix of fear and determination. He sat down at his desk and opened his laptop, the blank page staring back at him like a challenge. His hands trembled slightly as he began to type. "And to all my fans," he wrote, "there's something I've been meaning to share with you for a long time. It's not easy for me to say this, but I believe that honesty is the foundation of any strong relationship, and I want our relationship to be strong." He paused, taking a deep breath before continuing. "Love has never been about gender for me. I've fallen in love with beautiful souls who have touched my heart in ways words can't describe. Some have been women, and some have been men. But to me, love is about connection, about understanding, and supporting one another. I hope you can accept me for who I truly am, because this is me. I love freely, beyond boundaries." As he read over the message, tears welled up in his eyes. This was at the moment he had been dreading and anticipating in equal measure. With one final breath, he hit send and the message was posted to BTS's official social media accounts. Chapter 5: The World Reacts. The response was immediate and overwhelming. Within minutes, Taehyung's confession had gone viral. The hashtag #WeLoveYou began trending worldwide as fans from all corners of the globe reacted to the news. Some messages were filled with love and support. "We love you no matter what," Taehyung, one fan wrote. "Thank you for trusting us with your truth," said another. "Love is love and we stand by you." But not all reactions were positive. As expected, there were those who couldn't accept Taehyung's confession. "This isn't the Taehyung we know," one comment read. "I can't believe he would do this," said another. Taehyung tried to brace himself for the backlash, but it still stung. He had always known that not everyone would support him, but seeing the negative comments in black and white made it all the more real. But amidst the negativity, there were also messages of hope and encouragement. His fellow BTS members were the first to publicly show their support. "Proud of you," Taehyung tweeted. "We've always been a family, and that won't change. Love is love." Jimin, too, posted a heartfelt message. "No matter what happens, we stand together. Taehyung, your courage inspires me. We're in this together." These words meant more to Taehyung than he could express. The love and support from his members, his friends, and countless fans gave him the strength to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Chapter 6: Facing the Fallout. In the days that followed, the media frenzy intensified. Reporters clamored for statements, and the public debate about Taehyung's confession raged on. His management was concerned about the potential impact on BTS's image and commercial success, but Taehyung stood firm. "This is who I am," he told his manager during a tense meeting. "I won't go back to hiding, not after I've come this far." His manager sighed, clearly conflicted. "We'll do our best to manage the situation, but you need to be prepared for the consequences, Taehyung. Not everyone will be as understanding as you hope." Taehyung nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. But despite the uncertainty, he felt a sense of liberation that he hadn't experienced in years. He was finally free to be himself, to love who he wanted without fear of judgment. Chapter 7: The New Beginning. As the weeks passed, the storm began to settle. The world had come to terms with Taehyung's confession, and while some fans had left, many more had stayed, their love for him unwavering. His honesty had sparked a broader conversation about love, acceptance, and identity within the K-pop industry, and even beyond. Taehyung felt a new sense of purpose. He began to write music that reflected his true self, songs that spoke of love in all its forms, universal, boundless, and free. His creativity flourished like never before, and his music resonated with fans on a deeper level. During a concert in Seoul, Taehyung took a moment to address the audience. "Thank you," he said, his voice filled with emotion. "Thank you for accepting me, for loving me for who I am. I promise to keep giving you my all, to be true to myself and to you. This journey isn't just mine, it's ours, and I'm grateful to have you by my side." The crowd erupted in applause, the love they had for Taehyung evident in every cheer, every wave of lightsticks. As he looked out at the sea of adoring fans, Taehyung felt a warmth spread through him. He was no longer alone. He was loved for exactly who he was. And that was enough. Epilogue. Years later, Taehyung would look back on that pivotal moment in his life with pride. His decision to come out had not only allowed him to live authentically, but had also paved the way for others in the industry to do the same. The world had changed, and Taehyung had been a part of that change. In the end, it wasn't about the gender of the person he loved, it was about the connection, the understanding, and the mutual support. It was about love in its purest form, a love that knew no boundaries. And for Taehyung, that was the only love that mattered.